Alright. Hello peeps. We are going to get some Waifu Wars content today. We are going to get Meow versus Alka at the moment. We'll see if we get anything else, potentially. I am probably going to grab lunch after this match, so if there's anything else like immediately after, I won't be able to catch it, but I should have some time this afternoon to stream more as well. Yeah, I'll give them the good to go, and looks like they got it, so here we go. This is our first not streamer-based beef, as in, it's not me playing. Not surprisingly, few people were ready to play yesterday, so hopefully we get some more games in this week. Hey, Rice Crew. Alright, let's take a look here. So Alka is, I believe, yeah, Team Angelina first seed, versus Meow, who is the Team Kits first seed. I hope for Alka's sake that he's running Flyer Angelina, not some crazy Wings Aqua build, given that they're on Sky Map. So Alka's got a fair amount of single target in his box, I would say. He does have a couple tanks. He's running Elise, which is courageous. Hey, Bite and Bit. Meow is running... Let's see. So he's got one tank, two tank. Yeah, two like proper tanks and then an alpha. So Alka picks up a tank. I think that's pretty reasonable when you're fighting against Team Gits. The thing is, Meow has a very much an AoE flex with this box, and I was wondering if he was going to take the Hilda. So yeah, he takes the Hilda. So now there's like a really strong flow pick potentially that Alka probably has to get rid of on top of some AoE threat. But he just bans DPS. There might be some really scary flow stuff here. Because P2 flow with a faction buff is not something you particularly like fighting, you know? Especially if you can't rush it down, which he can't with his draft so far. So we'll see how he deals with this. Hey, Kong. Alright, so Alka knocks out some of the sins that would combo strongly with the flow as like a P2 threat. But it does mean he's going to have to fight like Ares or Theon, or even Otto is scary too, after his cast. With the buff steal and all that stuff. I think I like the Otto or Theon over the Ares here, just because he's fighting against Nymph. Yeah. I think the Theon should combo well with the flow. He's got low cooldowns, so you can just keep spamming with Act Again. So we got a Tormilk poke by Alka that can probably kill Hilda, especially if Meow doesn't run Tiamat, but the question is how he's going to get rid of the second life, because I don't know that Elise is going to do the trick. And like the Angie does not like fighting against the Hilda because it's anti-displace, so he really does kind of have to bust it and then try to play cleanup. Meow actually gets the second tank here, so 3 tank lives that Alka has to realistically kill here before he gets to the Gits and Theon, who are just going to be hammering at him with cooldowns. I think it looks tough for Alka. I think Auto is strong, but not ridiculous, simply because he's really, really, really reliant on clocking. Otherwise, he's one strong 3C, and he's done. He has Sword Stance, but, you know, it's only a 2-ring with BB, which is plenty playable around. He's really just a menace if he keeps clocking. But there's a lot of things that are menaces if they keep clocking. Because the 3C range is ridiculous. It's 7 blocks with a balanced blade. So that with a buff steal is crazy. But without the clocking, he's copeable with a healer. The hard thing, like, you can't really play against Hilda period with Elise just because she does have that Moby Down immunity baked into her kit. So it looks like he's running like a Blood Pact Thorn Hilda with the Molders. Hey, Wally. That is Flyer Angie. Looks like Not Boots Milk. Holy Elise. Okay. So Theon's got his usual fairly low cooldown spam bullcrap with the flow AA to kind of just give Alka a nightmare here. We do have Blink Smash on the Gits. So yeah, I don't anticipate Meow doing a single target attack despite his captain choice here. This is just going to be hammering Alka with AoEs for 4 turns straight until he dies. Where did Spinner drop? Under Elise. Maybe if the Theon like steals guard off the Christie, then the Gits will play some single target, but otherwise it's just going to be AoE Smackfest. We do have Alka bringing AoE on Elise, No Faith in Javelin. Yeah, I mean, the idea was to make it so that more not super ridiculous AoE is viable by reducing the pick 1 healers, and so we banned some of the stronger AoE. But we probably had to ban more, because I do think we are going to see a little bit of an AoE meta here. Hey, somebody needs to tell these Mech Dragon Knight guys to hold their hammer like the right way. Why are they pointing it backwards? They don't want to fight with the blunt head, and they're just going to use the pick. It is interesting he went, never mind, I was going to say it's interesting he went 3-move troop, but Alpha does not have 4-base move. I was already factoring in our EE, but that's unit-based movement upgrade, it's fine. Wally. We'll see what Angelina can really do this game. I think the Hilda is just such a hard counter. Alright, so there's AoE 1. Oh, so there's no terrain on this map, so Theon can't teleport back to anything after this one, but he can teleport after this one, because it's just like a move again on that one. This one you don't really need to teleport anything after, because you just point it different ways. So here's Nymph's big heal. Does not cleanse the heal block on the Tormilk. It looks like it's exclusive Nymph, not Life Bloom. With no Forest Priest either. So very poor debuff cleansing. So Elise is pretty useless here. She can stand on the key to burn off the silence, but she won't be able to place another key. So yeah, I think this is looking pretty rough for Alka. Rip the no dispel nymph. I think just the one base dispel there on the 3C. Somewhere. Or no, was that Night Bloom and she... I don't know. Maybe this doesn't natively have dispel and that was Night Bloom and I just missed it. He may as well have stood on the key, in my opinion. Get the silence gone faster. This is gonna hurt. Got no Moby down on Christie or anything. So far has not lost guard. Yeah, I agree, Wally. She has Wind Blooms, but you really can't afford to use them. And I don't think you can get that much mileage out of them with this comp. It's nice for at least 3C back faster, because that's her only good skill. But, like, I don't know. Tormilk, once she commits, she's dead, right? And Angelina, same kind of deal. I think you really had to bring the Forest Priest here when you're fighting against Theon with a flow AA and a faction buffer for flow. I mean, Betty is legitimately a very good counter to Theon. It's because Alka didn't third ban the flow. So you get just nonsensical AoE spamming draft. So we've got a dead Tormilk, which means Flow can now 3C. Act again Theon again. More Theon AoE spam. Kill Nymph. Like, you just can't do anything. Take a look at game 2 here. Hopefully Alka figures out a little bit something helpful from that first game on what to change to not get absolutely wrecked. Change the opponent is a good one, Kong, yeah. I do think it's also a little sad. The Angelina was literally the first post-launch banner, right? Like, she was the first new hero banner versus a 2023 long-range mage who, despite releasing later than Lucretia, is essentially Lucretia Light. But, yeah, it's tough. He does sub in an Elma and a Mariandel. I think those are definitely good additions. Meow throws in a Licorice for the Aries. I don't actually know how much I like that. I think Alka has pretty reasonable assassins in this box to be throwing in Lico. So he does knock out the Hilda this time just because it's such a hard counter. He's playing Angelina though, right? You literally cannot use Angelina against Hilda. She fundamentally does nothing against that team, right? The only thing that could possibly happen is stuns. Plus, I think the Hilda's actually reasonable in that the assassins also don't like fighting the Hilda. I don't know that it really matters if his Hilda sucks, though. Because I don't think you can really execute a proper tank bust against it. And still have stuff left over to clean up. Because his first pick is so much weaker if you're trading 2 of your heroes to clean up the Hilda. I don't know. I think the Hilda ban made sense to me. I do think he picked the Christie maybe a little aggressively here. It's tough because he's only running 2 tanks, ultimately. He actually does not opt to ban like the Mariandel here, which I think is interesting. Because that's a really strong Mary pick there, in my opinion. And what do you care about Elaine when you're playing Christie? So I don't really get the Elaine ban over Mariandel. So Meow has his tank healer secured, so now the question is, what does Alka want to ban out of the DPS? He goes for Omega and Auto. So yeah, goes for the Theon again. This could be pretty strong again, just because the Theon has such high skill spam because he's got such low cooldowns, and Mary is a strong healer once, not multiple times. Unless she clocks, much like we were discussing with Auto earlier. Unless Mary keeps clocking, she is pretty much one and done on real group healing. She can still heal a little bit of HP with the talent if you bring like her 1C heal, but she is only dispelling for 1 character after that if you fail their block. And, you know, Licca is a pretty strong debuffer in her own right, and, you know, the Gitz can be throwing out Link Smash. I just think it's going to be a lot of debuffing again. I don't expect Meow will give the D-Lit to Alka here. I think she's... Oh, he does. I think that's weird. Why would you give the gospel and extra healer? I think giving the Deedlet's a little strange because Meow's team here is not. Assuming this is a Scepter Sherry, these units are not particularly tanky heroes. Even with the Christie Ore, I would expect a good Scepter Sherry to be able to kill anything here other than Christie or Sherry, right? And these three are kind of the core of your AoE comp here. And, you know, the Deedlet makes it harder to get a fast, very, you know, strong kill on Alka's team before he's ready to do the Sherry, you know? By contrast, I think Alka's team is much more Sherry resistant. Deedlet's pretty tanky. Sherry's pretty tanky. Mary can be relatively tanky. And Angie, if she's on terrain, is tanky. Yeah, Rice Crew, that's how it goes. I was just like talking yesterday, like I think I'm kind of out of crazy projects that like nobody else in Waifu War has used that I actually have on my account. Like the only like freebies I haven't built at this point are like Van and Agito, and I think we'll probably see some Agito gaming from like Free Kong or something, you know? So there's not anything else would just be like random old 3-star heroes that other people have built already from whenever they were usable. Certainly not going to be close with this, but I think even regardless, like, because I think a proper Scepter Sherry should use T-Star, right? Let me get that out of the way. T-Star and Dragoons. But I think a proper Scepter Sherry should be able to break the 100% on Licorice, you know? It's to break the troop DR check. Because I don't think she really has any remotely bulky holy troops. Yeah, Kong sounds about right. Especially with the Christie buff up for the Sherry, though. This Sherry is going to hit hard. I really don't understand the Elaine Van, especially now that we're seeing that his Christie actually is cavalry. I think that was way out of place. So let's see where he drops his talent spinner, or sorry, exclusive spinner under Christie. I had been working on my Rachel, but I think that's going to be a next season project. Not that that's like something nobody else has used, but I feel like Team Rachel last season didn't really do her justice because they had like poorly built low int Rachels that did like no damage. So, you know, I want to do Rachel a little bit more justice. But she'll probably not be ready as 6-star till next season. Yeah, Volk was running Scepter Rachel, that I'm not even sure was particularly well cast. Yep, the 4-range Arcane Blast stream. Yep. That was such a conversation of all time. We do have some funny Leviathans here on the Gits. Which, like, the single target is strong, but, like, I would just pick her tankiest troops here, right? Your threat if you're Meow here is the Sherry. And you're playing AoE, you don't really care about doing slightly more damage to the Christiane, right? Maybe, but maybe. My plan for next season was either Team Yulia or Team Rachel, so. Ooh, he's just going for the Mary. clean kill. And that's kind of GG. That was a little outrageous, just throwing the Christie forward like that. So we'll see if Alka can keep his team spread enough here to not just like get absolutely demolished by Theon gets, but it's gonna be tough. The Deedlet's really just kind of going to be like a low quality support healer here, just because her single target is so useless against Christie. So Sherry would really have to carry the day here. Like, get a kill on the Gits pretty fast, which is going to be hard. He does actually have Angelina plays this game, I will say, because he has banned the Hilda. But she needs to get a little closer first, even with the accelerated aid. Because she needs to be able to hit 3. And I think she's right now short of hitting anything by 1. Where is 3? So yeah, 3 blocks. I do feel he should just push the Angie way up here, though. The Gits only has range up to here, so you may as well throw the Angie like, here, right? I feel like you just have to go up as far as possible. And just make the Angie play. Especially because he put the stun immune on his Christie, which is the one that was actually not already stun immune, not green skill. Like, I feel like he should have put it on something else. Man, if IntVB ever was a thing, it would just be game over to, like, V-Ray. I want to say somebody was running BB Infantry, Lena. Okay, so he's protecting the Gits here, right? Angie has to push the Liko Theon to get her act again, but if she pushes those, then she can't hit the Gits who would be in guard range. I do wonder if he is just going to go for it to try and get the Theon dead. And then try to play against the Gits with the Sherry. That's true, just need the Scepter on the beeeeef, of course. Why didn't I think of that? Oh, is that the AA? She got it. Alright, who does he go for? Does he go for the Theon or the Liko? I think you have to go for the Theon. But Liko's pretty annoying too. Maybe you can leave the Theon. Sherry has a lot of self-healing. Deedlet can do some healing. I don't know. I just think the Licorice endgame threat is a little scary once she starts throwing out debuff tiles, but yeah, he goes for the Theon. So yeah, we'll see if Sherry can get to the Gits. This is why I think the Leviathan's is a poor troop choice, right? These do nothing at all to try to make you bulky, right? So, like, that's not going to save you from a properly built Scepter Sherry, especially not one with Christie faction buff. And I think this is Scepter. I should be clear. This is an infantry Deedlet that's actually not boots, it would appear. But she's really, like I said, she's just going to be playing healer this game, I think. Damn it, automod blocking something. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry, I'm like looking through like the restream chat. so I don't see like actual Twitch-based stuff. Um, I think you just take something that cucks your movement a little bit, honestly. Um, I think it would still be hard, but you could take like Warlocks, I think, to live. Like especially if this is Scepter that or T-Star. I don't think this actually is T-Star, right? So I think with DR from like the Licorice and the Christie aura and 100% HP Crystal Warlocks, you do actually have a chance to tank the Sherry, I think. But you lose like any chance of that. But that's why I'm such a big fan of T-Star. You really want to break that 100% mage tech. And using cavalry troops because they hit way harder than flyers. Especially versus not 100% HP targets. So no breezes on Sherry or anything, but Gitz has got to move back. I think she can Link Smash safely here and get back far enough to... maybe. Yeah, maybe not. I guess he has turn prio. Hitting Tiamat Christie goes about how you expect hitting Tiamat Christie to go. Oh wait, no, not actually Tiamat, it's just Christie. Here's where it sucks this isn't Wings, because Wings would be able to reach to AA. Or, sorry, would be able to reach to go kill. She doesn't breeze either. Even a regular breeze wouldn't get her far enough. Anyways, actually. I do think using Sea of Miracles there was a little early. Gitz hasn't AoE'd yet. Get a Moby down on the Sherry that, you know, it'd be nice to be able to cleanse, right? I think that was premature. Like, what do you care if Christie loses a life there, right? I actually think he had really good pressure here if he still had Sea of Miracles on the Duelit to cleanse Sherry. Yeah, you can do the 50-50, but like ultimately why do the 50-50, right? Just stand next to them. Like if Gitz Link Smash did take that life there on the Christie, right? What would happen is Christie revives 70% HP. Delit heals her back to like 100% HP. Sherry then goes to kill Gitz. And you have to kill a Christie life with a Licorice, you know? Exactly. Like there was no need to use it there. It was just a waste. This does let her... Nah, the Christie will move up to guard. I was gonna say, like, with the accelerated aid, you almost get to pull something off, but not really. I think killing the Licorice would be a waste of the Jerry, because she can't tank Gitz, whereas she can tank a Licorice after she goes in, even if you don't get your AA. I think he just has to move up one and just eat the Theon fixed, as much as it sucks. I guess that does put you in Licorice 3C range, which is annoying, but you don't reach with troops to hit the Gitz unless you move up. So he is threatening the Licorice as like a kill and run back right now. She has 15% damage dealt. And Christy can rebuff. I also frankly don't think you need buff to kill this. I mean, I guess it's 15% damage taken, and then the aura is another. Ah, it's not. It's not. It's not. Where is... I think you have to have enough allies left for the range damage down condition there. It's just magic damage reduction right now. I think she doesn't. So he actually doesn't have range damage reduction. So I would not at all be surprised if DR buffed Sherry can kill Glacial's Licorice. He does go for the faction buff first though, which makes it really safe. So the Licco can 3C just to try to roll debuffs, but he really believes in the Licco. Is he trying to bait him into going for the Gits or something by putting that up like that? I don't know which he wants to go for, because he can kill either right now, like 100%, I believe. With like 0 problems getting the kill. The Gits, there's a tiny risk of counterkill, but I think the animation on Shadow Raid saves you. Oh, it's Rag. Oh. Oh. It's Rag T-Star, not Scepter Attack Act. Still does kill though. Yeah, it's stunnable. I think you definitely do that. You back off and just set up the D-Lit follow-up play next turn. There's like a little bit of danger that this has slot machined like a sanction or something to kill D-Lit. But there's not much you can do about that. He moves her back some just to be safe. Yeah, I think that's the right call. There is a question, since this is not Bond of Arashi, the real likely possibility is that it's Holy Arc, right? This is using Glory of the World, which means there's a very real chance that this is not exclusive, it's Last Rites, you know? There's a very real chance because that's a normal combo. I do think you should just stand the Christie now. Wait for the Gits action so you, if you do live, Sherry doesn't die afterwards. But there is a pretty real chance that, actually, you could just take the Gits, honestly. So I think the play was actually just stand Christie and then see Miracles for the Sherry, just in case this has an AoE again. Like, you know, if she rolled Black Hole, you don't want your Sherry getting silenced or whatever. Although, I guess you've got debuff immunity. Yeah, this is fine. This works too. I was gonna say, yeah, you just go for the Gits and leave Christie by herself to die over time. Then you can just Shadow Raid her down and stuff, win on damage. Exactly. I was just thinking you stand Christie before you do it, before you do the D-Lit, but I was 100% on board with the move D-Lit into Danger Zone to see Miracles. I just thought you should move Christie first, just stand her, in case this did have an AoE rolled from this. But it doesn't matter if he loses troops because he's not Scepter, so it doesn't really affect much. Meow is out of time here. He's about to get an auto move. I'm a believer. It's not fixed to being right, and that rag does so much damage, I think. I think it'll kill. She still has the Christie buff. She has the damage buff. Like, I think that's another kill. Yeah, no water for the Leviathans compared to the Glacials. Leviathans are not even a remotely tanky troop either. Nor are Glacials, really. I think it's pretty dead. No! Why? Alright, what did he take on this? Can it kill the Christie? Probably. Oh, Defender proc. So now you do actually have to beat the Christie without a tank at the end game, which is slightly more concerning. I think you still probably win it. Ooh, good crit. Even with the 10-year proc. I don't know if you lost anything significant there. He needs to try to fog this Christie because she has cap movement. I don't know if you can accomplish it or not, though. Not really. That felt like super reckless to me. Yeah, that was a throw. He gave up his Christie for no reason, and then threw his Sherry into a first strike up Christie at melee range on what looks like a Holy Arc Christie, instead of just waiting for the Shadow Raid, chipping troops, and then working through her to get your damage over his. I think D-Lit probably takes more damage on counter than she does with a basic. Certainly not enough to do 60k damage. I was really excited to see the 1-1. I was like so ready for Meow to like eat shit on his first match of the season and get 1-1'd after like literally not losing a single game in a single set last season. Because he did not ban pick well here. He did not play well here. But Alka threw. What a sad throw. He should have just killed the Gits. I don't understand it at all. And then after he didn't kill the Gits right away, you kill the Gits, you back off, you chip the Christie before you hit her with the Sherry. What a bummer. Oh well, I guess congrats to Meow or whatever. Yeah, sad. I really thought he had it. He just should have gone for it. All right, I'm gonna go get some lunch. I'll be back in a while to see, and probably do some work. Be back in a while to see if there's more afternoon gaming. Um, I'll be back later. See you guys.